What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? Coach Cole back with you once again. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Great to be back. Great to be back. Welcome to another exciting episode of Sports Frenzy. Season 8, Episode 10. Almost lost my mind there for a second and forgot where we were at. But we are shooting in a different location again, once again for you guys. Coming live from my living room. Which brings me to the breaking news that I was going to tell you guys all about. I can finally discuss it. Yes, folks. Big exciting news on the end of Sports Frenzy here is that the Sports Frenzy studios are moving once again. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Big news here. You're hearing it first. That's right. Sports Frenzy will be on the move once again, folks. We are moving the studios from the Onstead location. And so the studio has pretty much been tore down already. So that's why I've been filming from out of my living room these last couple weeks. And but the Sports Frenzy studio will now be located in, are you guys ready? Wait for it. I'm going to hear some excited fans here in a minute, I think. Wait for it. We are going to be coming to you live from Adrian, Michigan / Madison, Michigan area. That's right. Sports Frenzy is moving to Adrian. I know, right? Big news. Big news. We've outgrown the studio here. So it's time to move on, relocate. I'm pretty excited about this. The place that we got is going to have a completely whole big room. The studio is going to be a lot bigger than it currently is. And yeah, so you guys, as soon as I have things set up and ready, you guys will definitely get a tour of the new studio. So, coming to you very soon from our new location of Adrian, Michigan. Right across, you guys will like this. Some of our audience will like this. Particularly of some interest might be my friends over at Adrian High School. We are going to be located practically right across from the football field. Yes, I found that kind of interesting. So definitely for sure, Sports Frenzy will be coming to. I can almost say it right now. We're going to be coming to some Adrian games next year as soon as I get things figured out. We'll definitely be showing up at Adrian. So that's all big news right there for you guys. So there you go. Sports Frenzy on the move. Once again. Also, in other news for us, my particular classroom and everything is off all next week. So that means there won't be, well, we've been doing, obviously there won't be Sports Frenzy next week due to the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and that means the sheets and stuff will be so the recap show will be even farther behind, be out there for a couple weeks. And let's see, I'm my particular classrooms are off all next week. I'm not sure how many are going next week. Laura Havlin, you guys will have to let me know what your schedule looks like so I can figure out what I'm going to do for you guys' sheets. I may end up having to just email a copy of the scores and results to you guys, and then you might have to actually figure the data out, because I think you guys go more days than we do. But anyway, so, we'll figure all that out for you guys. You'll still get your results and everything in. Do the best I can for you guys on that way. And coming to you real soon, you'll see a full new Sports Frenzy studio. So enough rambling about that, guys. Let's go ahead and get into our recap here from episode 9. Let's see. So we had playoff actions for high school. Playoff action number 3 for high school. And our first game was your first 3-point bonus game. We had Blissfield getting completely smothered and destroyed by Warren Michigan Collegiate, 32-6. Jackson Lumen Christie gets a win over Watervliet, 44-22. Ithaca gets a win over Montague, 33-23. Traverse City St. Francis gets a big win over, well, not a big win, but a squeaker of a win over Millington, 33-26. In Division 7, Madison Heights gets the win over St. Mary's Catholic, 22-20. And I'm still very terrible with this name, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering your guys' name. Puamo Westphalia puts an end to Cindy Crone's team's season, EPBP 34-0, and that was your other 3-point bonus game from the past week. Saugatuck getting it done against Beatty in a very strange fashion. 7-6 was your final score there. Lake City Trojans fall to Breckenridge. Defeat Breckenridge 20-18. Your NCAA football games saw Michigan dropping the bomb on Maryland, 35-10. MSU falling to that other team, 48-3. I expected more out of you, MSU. Miami dropping the bomb on Notre Dame, 41-8. That was your squeaker game of the week. Clemson getting it done against Florida State, 34-14. Moving into hockey action, we had the Columbus Blue Jackets defeating the Detroit Red Wings in a shootout, 2-1. Lost my place here. New York getting a win, huge win over St. Louis, 5-2. And Michigan and Minnesota hockey tying at 6 apiece. So everybody got a point for that game. Minnesota Duluth defeating, this is continuing in hockey action, defeating Western Michigan 3-0. The Grand Rapids Griffins fall to the Dallas Stars 2-1. And the Toledo Walleye get a win over the Wheeling Nailers 5-3. Your NBA games we had this past week. The Detroit Pistons defeat the Hawks 111-104. And the Boston Celtics remain on top, defeating Charlotte 90-87. And that, folks, was the recap part of our show. We're going to jump right into action this week, guys. We have so this is season 8, episode 10. We still have we're moving into the semifinals for high school playoff action. So this is number 4 in the row here, and we're down to division. This is Division 6. 2 teams remain, and that's where we're starting tonight, guys. I want to apologize. I sent out the sheets, tried to get all these things done early for you guys. I've had all this stuff going on with the big move in progress here. Obviously, it's not just the studio that's moving. It's my whole house and my whole family. So, so there's been a lot going on around here, between trying to get everything boxed up, living life, working, and all that as well too. And then I've been having a lot of car issues at the same time as well. So, gonna have to listen closely this week because I didn't actually write on the sheets what games are your 3-point bonus games and which game is your squeaker game. In fact, I barely even got. I got most of the stuff around for everybody else, but I didn't even get my own classroom prepped for Sports Frenzy real good this week. So, kind of left them in a bind there a little bit. They got everything they need. I just didn't get everything put together. So I'm I'm at the edge here, pulling everything together, keeping the show, because the show must go on. So no matter how how crappy it might feel at times. All right, so we're going to jump into high school football action. Getting close to the end here, guys. This is the Division 6 semifinals. Our first game this week. Jackson Luma Christi, 10 wins and 1 loss. They are playing against the 13 wins, 0 losses, Warren Michigan Collegiate. Now, guys, these games are not home game or away games this week. They are played in neutral grounds, neutral territories. And the other thing that's going to be weird about this again, so no cheating, guys. Try and get your stuff done in the morning or just don't be listening to any media. 1 p.m. is the kickoff time for these games. And this first game is at 1 p.m. in Chelsea. Chelsea is hosting this game. Last time I got to touch base a little bit with Coach Ron, and because his team, obviously, he's seen some footage of some of these games. I didn't get a chance to touch base with him this week, so these picks are going to be no research, kind of spontaneous for me. I've liked Jackson Luma Christi's run, but Warren is still undefeated. I think just because of their undefeated streak, I'm going to go with Warren Michigan Collegiate. Our next game is also a 1 p.m. kickoff. It's at Community Memorial Stadium in Mount Pleasant. So the first team we have is the Traverse City St. Francis. Traverse City St. Francis. Excuse me. They have 11 wins and 1 loss. And they are playing against the Ithaca Yellow Jackets, who have 12 wins and 0 losses. Ooh. I don't know why, but my gut's telling me to favor. I'm going with Traverse City St. Francis on this one. All right, we're going to jump into, this is Division 7 playoff action, the games that we still have for you. This is also a 1 p.m. kickoff, and this game is in Clare. And I'm going to butcher their name again. Puamo Westphalia, 12 wins, 1 loss. They are traveling to and playing against the Lake City Trojans, who are 13 wins and 0 losses. I'm going to go with, just because I'm having a heck of a time pronouncing your guys' name, I'm going to go with Puamo. I'm going to give the 12-1 team some love this week and say they can pull off the win, even though Lake City is undefeated. You know, because Lake City is undefeated, I'm going to make this game is going to be Coach Cole's upset special of the week. And I've done this before, but I don't do it all the time. You guys say, well, what the heck is Coach Cole's upset special of the week? It kind of speaks for itself, but I'll explain it to you anyway. This is a game that I think that a team that isn't necessarily, I mean, they're all good because they're all in the playoffs right now, but Lake City Trojans are undefeated. They haven't been beat this year at all. I feel like I'm calling this my upset special of the week because I feel like Puamo, and I'm still butchering her name, is going to get the win. So that is why I'm calling it my upset special of the week. Our final high school football game of the week is at 1 p.m. It's also the 1 p.m. kickoff. All these games are 1 p.m. kickoffs this week. And it's at Lansing Catholic. Your first team is Saugatuck, who has 9 wins and 3 losses. They are traveling to Madison Heights, who has 12 wins and 0 losses. I'm going Madison Heights on this one. I'm not jumping out there and thinking there's going to be any major big changes or upsets in this one. Madison Heights for me on the win. And that's all for this week's high school football games, Division 6, Division 7. Obviously, there's still other divisions going on too. You can go on to the Michigan Athletic Association page, and that gives you the brackets and breakdowns of all the divisions and their teams, but we've just been following Division 6 and 7. So you can go on there and check it out for other exciting Michigan high school football action. All right, next week we're jumping into NCAA football action. And this first game, folks, yes, listen up. Here it is. And you guys, some of you are rolling your eyes and going, oh, yeah, of course it is. But this first game is, are you guys ready? It's your first three-point bonus game. It's your first three-point bonus game. Come on, everybody now, sing it with me. 3-point bonus game. Yeah. Yes, it is. We have hail to the victors, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. The Michigan Go Blue Boys, coming in this week, ranked number 19th in the nation. They have 9 wins and 2 losses. They're on the road, facing a tough team this week. The number 5 Wisconsin Badgers, who have 10 wins and 0 losses. This game this week is a 12 o'clock kickoff on Fox. You can watch this game on Fox. Come on, you guys all know who I got. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Go Michigan. Do you believe in Michigan? Because I do. Some people are saying this is a big one for them this week. Some people even think this is a bigger game than the team down under. So, I don't know. I remain confident in my Michigan boys. I think they can get it done this week. Feel like we've made some great progress since our 2 losses. Go Blue. Your other game this week has the 4 wins, 6 losses. Maryland. They're unranked. They are playing the ranked 22nd MSU. MSU has 7 wins, 3 losses. This is a 4 p.m. kickoff on Fox. I'm going MSU. There's no way, unless they completely fall apart. And it is in Lansing, so watch out for those burning couches. MSU for me. That's the only 2 football games I brought you this week. There's a lot more football games on. I was just very undecisive about what games looked good. There wasn't really too many games that were jumping out at me. So I moved into hockey action. We got some big hockey games this week. And I've heard from people saying they do like seeing more hockey on here, so I've brought you guys some more hockey games on here. Oh yeah, and I want to tell you guys too, another big thing about you guys decided on. I heard some results back from. You guys are all pretty much okay with the combination of the Picks Edition and recap show. So from now on, when I when we do the Picks Edition, that will include the recap show. And those of you guys out there who, like Laura Haviland, you guys get your sheets back anyway, so you see, excuse me, what your results are. Before we jump into hockey action, though, got a little tickle in my throat. Let's bring you this week's sponsor. It's Newman's Own Lemonade, another brand of lemonade that I found that I've really enjoyed. This lemonade also has no high fructose corn syrup in it, because high fructose corn syrup is bad for you. Bad stuff. This does not have it. It's all natural ingredients and no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Just good old-fashioned lemonade. This is the pink lemonade. Also comes in regular. I like them both. Both are very good. Drinking out of my new mug here. Good stuff. Not badly priced either. It's under $2 for the container, so, and you can get it at most places. I do believe are carrying it now. I got mine at Meijer, so go out and support Newman's Very Own Lemonade, who also donates all their profits to charities, so that's always cool. Newman's Very Own Lemonade. All right, moving into our hockey action for you guys. Our first game this week is a Friday night game, and of course you can watch this on Fox Sports Detroit FSD. And it is the 5 wins, 9 losses, and 3 overtime losses, the Sabres. And they are traveling to and playing against the 8 wins, the 8 losses, 1 overtime losses. These games are accurate as of tonight. For those on the live show Thursday night, for those watching Sports Frenzy, the recorded video, Thursday night games, as of before Thursday night games. I don't think these are all up to date. So the 8 wins, 8 losses, 1 overtime loss. 7:30 game, the puck drops. I've got to go with the Detroit Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. A lot of season left yet. They're struggling a little bit, staying at about 500, but there is a lot of season left yet, so we can still get it done, guys. All right, next team we have, you guys know, another one of my favorite teams in the hockey league. That's right, we're talking about those St. Louis Blues. Got those blues, baby. Got the St. Louis Blues. Give you a couple of different tones there. This is a 10 p.m. game, and I couldn't find where it was televised anywhere locally for us. But going with the St. Louis Blues, they have 13 wins, 5 losses, and 1 overtime loss, baby. The St. Louis Blues are traveling to and playing against the 9 wins, 7 losses, 2 overtime losses, the Canucks, the Vancouver Canucks. Again, 10 p.m. game. I've got the St. Louis Blues. Yeah. Moving into some college hockey action for you guys. I divided these up a little more category-wise just so you guys would be familiar and know what we're talking about. I was putting college all under one category, or college hockey under all one category. I decided I wanted to break it up a little more for you guys, make it a little easier. It's just what I try to do here at Sports Frenzy, make it a little easier for everybody. So your next game, your next hockey game is college hockey action. We have the 6 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss, the world's greatest college team. That's right, the Michigan Wolverines. Let's go, Michigan. Let's go, Michigan. Let's go, Michigan. They are traveling to and playing against the 7 wins, 5 losses, 1 overtime loss, Wisconsin. I do believe they play these guys twice in the same weekend. So this is the Friday night game, and this one is the one that's not televised. There is also a Saturday night game. That one is televised, I want to say, on the Big Ten Network. If you get the Big Ten Network, it should be on there. But this is the Friday night game, the one that counts for the Sports Frenzy sheets. And they play them again Saturday night. I've got Michigan. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue. This next team we have in collegiate action is this game is also a Friday night game. 7:05 the puck drops here. And it is the 4 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss. University of Nebraska Omaha. They are playing the 7 wins, 4 losses, 1 overtime loss, the Western Michigan Broncos. These guys have a pretty good hockey team this year. I got to go with Western Michigan Broncos. And those who like our local teams, we have Adrian this week. Adrian off to a great start. This is these are also, I should specify here, Adrian, not just Adrian, men's hockey teams, because we do have female hockey teams too, but these are the men hockey teams. So we have the 3 wins and 1 loss Adrian. They're on the road for this game. They are playing the 0 wins and 5 losses Trine University. And this is a 7 p.m. kickoff. I knew I was going to do that. 7 p.m. when the puck drops. It's Friday game. Anyway, so the puck drops at 7 p.m. I, of course, have Adrian for the win. And another breakdown for you guys. We're moving into minor league hockey action, where we have our first game is at another Friday game, 8 p.m. is when the puck drops. We have the Grand Rapid Griffins. They have 8 wins, 7 losses, 1 overtime loss. They are traveling to the Iowa Wild, who have 7 wins, 6 losses, and 2 overtime losses. Again, this was an 8 p.m. Friday game. Of course, you guys know who I got. Let's go, Griffins! Let's go, Griffins! Let's go, Griffins! I've got the Grand Rapid Griffins. All right, this next game is your second. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, it's not your second 3-point bonus game. But it is what I feel like is going to be your... That's right, carrying on the tradition that we started with Jamie Rose. It is the Squeaker Game of the Week. Let's see, this is 2, and I didn't do it the first week. I don't know if I remember if I did it the second week. I'm going to say I am 2 out of 8 for Squeaker games right now. So continuing the fine tradition of Jamie Rose and not having a good streak with this. So our game this week for this is the 7 wins, 2 losses, 2 overtime losses. Your Toledo Walleye. And they are traveling to and playing against Cincinnati Cyclones, who have 6 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss. This game is also a Friday night game at 7:35. The puck drops. So weird how they have these weird, crazy, different times for that. But yeah, I've got the Toledo Walleye for the win. Jumping into NBA basketball action for you. I didn't really find too many games I cared about this week for this either. And one thing you're going to ask me about, I know you guys are like, well, why aren't we doing any local teams for basketball right now? Well, the local teams for basketball are very tricky. Obviously, with Sports Frenzy, I can only do games that are Friday for this, or a weekend game, which doesn't ever really happen. So a lot of basketball games are not played on. A lot of our local teams are not playing Friday night games, so that's why I'm not covering local basketball right now. But we'll get more into some of that. I will definitely try and get some games on here when and if the schedule permits. So that's why that's going down right now, and I apologize for that. But we do have NBA action for you guys right now. We have the Red Hot guys. Red Hot Detroit basketball. I printed off this one because I thought it was kind of cool. They actually show, if you can see it real good on here, it's got every era logo that they had, which I thought was pretty cool. The Detroit Pistons have 10 wins and 3 losses as of Thursday night. So they are 10-3. They are on the road this week playing against the Indiana Pacers, who have 6 wins and 8 losses. This is a Friday night game. You can watch it on FSD, Fox Sports Detroit, at 7 p.m. I've got Detroit basketball. Next game, our other game of the week for this, for Sports Frenzy and NBA action, has the Red Hot, one of my all-time favorite teams because of the legendary Larry Bird. Now I can always, whenever I try to work Larry Bird in there, the legendary Larry Bird, because he is my all-time favorite basketball player. We have the 13 wins, 2 losses, the Boston Celtics. Excuse me. They're on the road this week against the Atlanta Hawks, who have 2 wins and 12 losses. This game is Saturday, 7:30 p.m. I didn't see where it was televised anywhere, but I've got the Boston Celtics for the win. All right, moving into, we've got collegiate basketball action. But not just collegiate basketball action. Guys, I brought you this week some women's collegiate basketball action because a lot of times we overlook the talents of the women, and we don't mean to. So this week I have women's NCAA basketball action for you guys, and some of the local teams as well. And these games are all, yeah, I think these are all up to date as of right now too. But our first game features the not too good this year so far, 0 wins and 3 losses, Siena Heights. And they are traveling to Indiana Tech, who have 5 wins and 1 loss. This is a 1 p.m. game Friday. I got to go with Indiana Tech. Does not look like the women are having a good season at Siena Heights. Next we have the 1 win, 1 loss Hillsdale College. And they are playing the 2 wins and 0 losses Ferris State University. This is a 5 p.m. tip-off on Sunday. Guys, I can't find where they are showing any of these games. They might be, and I might just not have it right here for you guys. Excuse me. When I was looking up these teams, I didn't see where any of them had air times or anything like that. They might. Sometimes they show them on ESPN2. So channel surf, look around. I didn't have any information as of the recording of the show on whether any of these games are going to be televised or not. I got to go. I'm going to go Hillsdale because I like Hillsdale College. I'm a fan. Hillsdale College for the win for me. All right, this next game is your other 3 points. 3 points. It's your 3-point bonus game. Yeah. 3 points. Again, these weren't marked on the sheets this week, so got to pay attention to the show to know which games are your 3-point bonus games. And we have the Western Michigan Broncos. I worked them on here like 3 times this week. They have 1 win, 1 loss. They're on the road this week playing Iowa. Iowa is starting off with 2 wins, 0 losses, but weren't ranked. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is a Sunday game as well at 4 p.m. I'm a Western Michigan fan. I gotta go Broncos. Think they can get it done? Go Broncos. Western Michigan for the coach. And your final women's division collegiate game this week, we have the 1 win and 1 loss Charleston. They are traveling to the 2 wins, 0 losses MSU. This game tips off at 12 p.m. on Sunday. So we could have a lot of burning couches in Lansing this week. I know, guys. I know. Picking on them a little bit. Michigan fans, right here on the hat. Used to be on all the stuff in the room that's non-existent right now. Boxed up and ready to go to its next location. But also, you guys are going, what the heck? There's no Michigan teams on here? No Michigan? Well, no. Michigan didn't play over the weekend at all. I believe the closest game on record was a Thursday night game for women's basketball. So that's why there's no Michigan women's basketball on here. But I can tell you this. The women are doing very good this year. And we'll find a spot on the show somewhere as soon as they start playing on nights that work for me. All right, so this week we also have, as you can see, extended onto here, we have WWE pay-per-view action, wrestling action this week. This first one is the Saturday night pay-per-view for NXT, which is like the minor leagues, newbies, not yet hugely developed talent. It's the younger guns. And they have a show, and they also have a pay-per-view now, which is, well, they've had a pay-per-view for quite a while now. But you get to see a lot of the younger guys in action, newer guys in action. Some guys you might see on other wrestling promotions, such things like that. But this will be Saturday night, 7 p.m. Saturday night at 7 p.m. And it's called the NXT War Games Takeover. Now, War Games, folks, is something from that has been around from the AWA days and the AWA days and its WCW days. So this is like a classic match. I didn't actually put the War Game matches on here. I just kept a couple of single matches. But what it is it's for War Games, it's a couple teams of wrestlers, and there's 2 cages that they can fight in. Not just one wrestling ring with a cage. There's 2 wrestling rings with a cage. I should have printed a picture for you guys to see. But if you're not familiar with War Games at all, you can look it up on YouTube and find some War Games material. Or you can also just Google it, and they'll show you pictures from old War Games in the past. So that's what we're gonna do first, is the War Game matches. And this first one is for the NXT Championship. We have the guy by the name of, he is the NXT champion, Drew McIntyre. He's also been with other wrestling promotions. I don't think he'll be down in NXT forever. And his challenger is a guy by the name of Andrade. I really don't see Andrade winning at all, unless his manager girlfriend cheats somehow. All right, this next match up has another couple of dudes. Aleister Black. I would compare him, to me, he's like the... for me, I feel like he's a new Undertaker kind of type dude. He's got a really cool theme song if you like hard rock music. His theme music is pretty darn cool. I really like it. You can check that out on YouTube as well. You can find any of these guys' themes if you don't have like. So the NXT pay-per-views are exclusive to the WWE Network. If you don't have the WWE Network, which is $9.95 a month, $9.99 a month, you don't get to see any of this stuff. You can probably watch it later on YouTube or whatever. So, yeah, that's how that works. But, yeah, look up Aleister Black on YouTube. You'll hear his theme music. Pretty good stuff. So, he is being challenged by this dude named Velveteen Dream, which is pretty crazy. This guy basically has been attacking Aleister Black the last few weeks, and he wants him to just basically say his name, which is like, okay, dude, I don't know if you realize it or not. You're kind of a dressy, flashy-looking guy, and you're challenging Aleister Black, who's kind of a dark image kind of dude. I don't know. And Aleister Black, as far as I know, is pretty much undefeated. Hasn't been beaten by too many people, if anybody. I'd have to go back and look at his record. I'm pretty sure he's undefeated. I've got Aleister Black. But yes, the the War Game matches. With the War Game matches, there's going to be some. That one's going to be kind of cool. it's like 3 or 4 teams actually competing in these cages. So I wasn't really sure how to work that one for you guys. That's why I stayed with the single matches. Then Sunday night, Sunday, you have the Survivor Series pay-per-view. And this year, well, it's like this every year, but this year's Survivor Series, you have the SmackDown roster versus the Raw roster. The first one is... for this year, the SmackDown roster showed up on the Raw shows. So Raw, those of you not familiar with wrestling, Raw and SmackDown are 2 separate shows. Each show, Raw is considered the red show, the original show, is the original promotion. And SmackDown is the other show. They're Team Blue. So you got Team Red, Team Blue, Team Raw, Team SmackDown. Team leader for this team. Team Red is Shane McMahon. And, I'm sorry, Team Blue is Shane McMahon. And Team Red, Raw, is Kurt Angle. So... this year, Team Blue, led by Shane O'Mac, attacked the Raw roster, trying to set it up and make it look like this is going to be a big, huge thing. I'm not sure how I felt about that because you had a lot. Basically, during this time, you have all your good guys teaming up against all the bad guys and good guys teaming up from each show, working together. And I don't know, to me that I feel like that kind of takes away from the whole good guy, bad guy rivalry type thing. But our first matchup will be Team SmackDown versus Team Raw. And so I'll go over the rosters with you guys here, if I can remember everybody here on this team. So Team SmackDown, led by Shane McMahon. He has Shinsuke Nakamura on his team, John Cena, Randy Orton, and Glorious Rude on his team. That is Team SmackDown. Team Raw has Kurt Angle as its leader, Braun Strowman, and we got, let's see, who else we got on this team? Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe. Kurt Angle had his son on the team, but as of my printing of these sheets, he was actually kicked off the team, and now you're going to see the return of Triple H. Triple H is going to be on there. And then we also have the Demon, Finn Balor. So basically, you just circle the 5-guy team of whoever you think is going to win this one. I'm going to give the win to Team SmackDown because I think you're going to have it come down to, it's going to probably come down to John Cena and Triple H, leading up to a new feud between those two for some reason or another. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's my feeling on it right now. again, this whole night is all about SmackDown champions versus Raw champions. So this next match I have for you is the women's division, both women champions. The women's champion for Raw is Alexa Bliss, and she is taking on SmackDown's champion, Natalya Hart. I gotta tell you, Natalya Hart is part of the Hart Foundation family. Natalya Hart, in all reality, should just flat out destroy Alexa Bliss. No doubt about it at all. She is part of the Hart Foundation. She is part of the Hart family. She is trained, and her dad, or not her dad, but her family's training center was called the Dungeon. So I've got Natalya Hart for the win. All right, we've got another 3-man action for you guys in the Survivor Series. The newly reunited The Shield. Dun 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 dun. The Shield. We have Roman Reigns back in action with the boys. This is to be his first pay-per-view back because he ended up being sick for the last pay-per-view. So we have Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose also representing Raw. But then we have the New Day, because the New Day Rock, New Day Rock, New Day Rocks, representing Team SmackDown. This, guys, is going to be a heck of a match. I don't see the Shield losing to the New Day, though. New Day is an awesome tag team. They're loved by a lot of people, but the Shield are also loved by a lot of people. I'm going with the Shield for the win. And your last match that we have on here for this week is the current Raw champion, Brock Lesnar, taking on the one and only, the phenomenal one, the guy who runs the place at SmackDown. That's right, the phenomenal AJ Styles. I want AJ Styles to win this really, really bad. I'm saying AJ Styles for the win, even though I don't think they'll let him win against Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar doesn't like to lose anymore. It might be in his contract not to lose. All right. Wow, we're over an hour this week, guys, and so I've got to get to racing for you guys. And then we probably won't have any, I don't have any information for you this week because I got a few things to tell you about racing real quick. Final race of the season. It's a short ending of the season for these guys, though. We actually end up covering more of the season again before Sports Frenzy is over for the year. So it'll be back before you know it. But it comes down to 4 guys this week. Now, it's 4 guys who can win the championship. Everybody still races. It's not like nobody stops racing. Everybody's still included in the races. But somebody is going to be coming away a winner as the grand champion this week. Whether they win or lose the race or not, the points will carry them into the victory lane. your 4 main guys, okay? This week, the 4 guys that will be crowned, one of these guys will be crowned the champion of the season. It comes down to Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr. One of these guys, you can still choose whoever you want on here. Those 4 guys are just who's in the finals to win. So anybody can still win the races, but wherever they place, one of these guys will be crowned the champion of NASCAR this year. And that's not even what it's officially titled, but I'm calling it Champions of NASCAR. And I'm happy to say that one of my guys is actually in it. I've got Mr. Kyle Busch for the victory. I'd like to see Kyle Busch win this year. That would be extremely cool. Got Kyle Busch for the win. Well, like I said, we have tapped over an hour here for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the information part of the show this week. But we'll end it with the NASCAR for you guys right now. So that's going to be it for this week, folks. And, wow, I mean, holidays are quickly approaching us. So I just want to say to everybody, enjoy whatever time you do have off. Get out there and have you're going to get out there and watch some sports this weekend. But for your time off with family, friends, and loved ones, from all of us here at Sports Frenzy to all of you out there in Sports Frenzy Nation, the show could never be without you guys supporting me all the time. Thank you so much for your support. I hope everybody has a blessed and wonderful Thanksgiving with family, friends, and loved ones, and lots of cool sports. Love you guys. I'm the coach. Be blessed, and we'll see you guys again real soon after the holiday weekend. Take care, everybody.